So if you need some more graph paper, those are your websites there to go get them. Okay. The first one is the one where I got the graph paper that I just gave out to you. Okay. So if you need any more, you can go out there. So the graph paper right now is for graphing. It's not for taking notes on. Okay. There's a lot of notes. Okay. A lot of notes today.
Which one is better?
I don't know. I've gone to the first one. I don't know what the other one looks like. Okay, everybody get those websites down? Yeah? Okay, so let me talk about this graph paper here. It's called polar graph paper, and it's another way of drawing graphs, okay? It's another way of drawing graphs. Oh boy. Okay. So what you have here is the origin in this paper is called the pole. Okay. And a point on the graph is given by r and theta. So r will stand for a radius or a distance from the pole, and theta would be your angle. The graph paper that I have and that you have, all these radial lines are going out at increments of 15 degrees. And so on. Okay? So this is like, we know that this is pi over 6. We know this is pi over 4. We know this is pi over 3. Should be able to figure this one out. It's pi over 12. Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is start out with doing some examples of graphing points on polar paper. So you need to do that on the paper that you have. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to graph these 2 points on polar paper. So you really need to be attentive to this, because if you miss a slight detail on this, you're not going to get this right, okay? Point's going to be in the wrong place. Okay, so you might want to observe me first before you guys go graph that yourself. So let's say I want to graph this point, 2 comma pi over 6. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out from the positive axis, and since the angle is positive, Felix, can you move out of there, Felix? Go sit behind Himaja forever and ever. This is the last time you get busted now, okay? Your next busting movement is going to be out of the classroom. You want to rotate it pi over 6, which is 30 degrees. So it takes you out like that to this radial line here. Okay. This is your pi over 6 line. Okay. And since it's positive, you're going counterclockwise. Right behind Himacha. And then what you do is you take this 2 and you go along that to the second circle. So here's your point 2 comma pi over 6. In your case, you might want to use each circle to be half a unit, because otherwise the circles are really squished. It's up to you. If you make it half a unit, then you need to go out 4 circles, say. Right? Everybody understand how to graph this point? And then I'm going to show you how to graph the next point. That's this one here. Well, let me show you it is. It indeed is, but let me show you why it is. So, do you guys agree that this is the same thing as 2 1/6 pi? Which is the same thing as 2 and pi over 6 plus 2 pi? What does 2 pi do to you? Brings it back to the same spot. Right? So if you go here and then go around in a whole circle and come back, you are in the same spot here. Yeah. So what I've just demonstrated to you is the fact that any point on a polar plane doesn't have a unique values to it. Is that true for the xy plane? On an xy plane, if I pick a point, is there a unique number? Are there unique pairs for that? Yes. There's only one pair that corresponds to an xy point. In polar, that's not the case. I just gave you an example. I gave you an example where this guy okay, is equal to this guy. They're on the same place. Same place. And you're going to see this over and over again, and later on in the class, I'm going to give you an equation that tells you how to get multiple representations of that point. Yes?
So how do you want to draw the red point?
What do you mean?
You want it to draw like the line out?
I don't particularly care if you draw the line or not. I mean, you make a mistake in drawing the line, that's your problem. But I want the point there with its label.
Okay.
That's good enough for me. I mean, I don't need to see how you're doing that. I mean, that's been you and your grade. Okay? You guys, no, I need to teach you how to do this one, because this one now all of a sudden has got a negative R. And to a negative R, it's a little tricky, okay? It's a little tricky. So you really, really, really need to be very attentive how you do this. Okay, guys? Got the point? So I'm going to do negative 2 comma pi over 6 first. Okay? So this is what you need to do. You need to do the rotation first. You need to do the angle first. So you're going to go around to this radial line here. So you've done your rotation of pi over 6, which is 30 degrees. Okay? Then because of this negative sign, instead of staying on that line, you're going to go exactly in the opposite direction because of the negative sign. You guys with me? So you're going to go on the opposite line to there. So that is negative 2 comma pi over 6. Is everybody with me on how to do a negative radius? Do you guys want me to show you again one more time? Got it? You guys got that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do negative 2 comma 7 pi over 6. So we need to do the rotation first. 7 pi over 6. Can I erase this stuff so I can do 7 pi over 6? Yeah. Okay, 7 pi over 6, how many degrees is that? 210, so I'm going to do my rotation. I'm going to use a smaller circle now, okay? So here's 180, here's 210, so here's my line. Okay? That's 210. And now I need to go in the opposite direction. And I need to go 2 units, so here's my point, negative 2 comma 7 pi over 6. So everybody got that down? Yeah, everybody see that? Okay, one more time. Okay, so first you do the rotation. Okay, 7 pi over 6 is 210 degrees. Okay, so you're going to do 180, and then here's 30 more to take you out here. That's 210 degrees. So your radius coming out is like that. Except you want to go in the negative direction, because it's negative 2. So you're going to go in the opposite direction. Like there, 2 units, and that's your point, negative 2 comma 7 pi over 6. Is everybody okay on that?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, here's a couple of examples I want you to work on then. I want you to graph these 2 points here that you see up there at the top. Okay? Yeah, that's the same as what I see there. Okay? So those are the rules, okay? So get those rules down, and then I'll explain to you why they're working and how they're working.